On this episode of The Wrangler,
we examine the state of the Florida education system,
plus highlight ROTC's recent competition.
Wrangling in the News starts now.
Good morning, Cowboys. I'm Francesca Pro.
And I'm Madi Martinez. Welcome to this episode of The Wrangler.
There are still hundreds of teacher vacancies in Hillsborough County and across the state mid-school year.
The Wrangler staff spoke with Hillsborough school leaders to examine the Florida education system. Following the COVID-19 pandemic, Florida's education system is facing a crisis. Staff shortages, funding, and increased demands all contribute to the issue. According to a survey by the National Education Association, 55% of teachers plan on leaving the profession in the near future. And with more than 800 job vacancies at the 8th largest school district in the country, more teachers leaving would be problematic for Hillsborough County schools.
We are bursting at the seams, and we just don't have enough adults on campus to adequately or effectively manage that.
Because of teacher shortages, we're having to kind of spread the love, and you'll see some classes with like co-teachers and some teachers where they're trying to double up, and that's just more because of vacancies.
There's a lot of challenges with teaching today, and there are a lot of other jobs that are available out there that offer better benefits, better pay.
As the teacher vacancies continue to rise within the district, those still in the classroom feel that strain.
When you don't have enough teachers, students are not going to get those engaging lessons because teachers are exhausted and don't have the time to write lesson plans that they want to write.
I think things are running smoothly because we do have those permanent bodies in our vacancy places. Unfortunately, it just puts more work on all of the other professionals in the building.
But vacancies are not the only thing impacting the learning environment. Stagnant state funding is also a contributing factor.
Teachers are struggling to make ends meet, and not just teachers, but others that are employed in our school district and other school districts.
If your teachers are having to work second jobs to pay their bills, they're exhausted. And instead of resting and recharging and being ready to have that amazing day with their students the next day, they are chugging energy drinks and coffee and dragging themselves through the day.
I wish the public knew how the funding for education actually works. Not as simple as just divvying that out how you want to. Again, it all comes from different pots of money and different things.
This means school leaders must get creative when trying to solve the challenges facing education today. The Hillsborough County School Board created a millage proposal that would increase money to fund teacher salaries.
The millage is, just in its basic form, an increase in property taxes. And the purpose was to give teachers raises.
In funding for education, it's all earmarked. It has to go certain places. So it's not like we can take $1 million from a different pot and put it in this one. The laws and the policies don't allow for that. So obviously with inflation and with cost of living and all those things that we're seeing happen at a rapid rate right now, the millage was a hope to kind of balance that for teacher pay.
On August 23, 2022, voters did not pass the millage, meaning the search for solutions is still on.
There are several classes that we have here that are at capacity or a little over capacity.
It's frustrating for teachers to have 40 students in a class, but when you don't have enough money to pay the people who are working in the district already, you don't have money to hire new teachers. So
it's hurting all of us. The lack of state funding is hurting students and teachers, period.
With the National Education Association saying 90% of educators are currently experiencing burnout, the question becomes, what happens to students in their learning?
Students just don't get the same quality of learning without their not being a certified teacher.
When you have that many students, it's very difficult to be there for them in all the ways that they may need.
They're at a point where they're doing busy work and sort of teaching themselves with little help or support.
With no immediate solutions coming to the classroom this school year, what needs to change? Educators surveyed nationwide by the National Education Association say higher salaries, more support staff, less paperwork, and additional mental supports for students would go a long way. Despite the obstacles preventing these items, teachers and staff stay for one reason.
I had a rough morning this morning, and I came in today to this in my mailbox from a student who didn't sign it for whatever reason, but thanking me for helping them. I have a file folder full of them, and I have students that have graduated that I'm still in touch with, and that is what makes it worth it.
Our teachers are genuine, and they are putting our students first to ensure that they have everything they need, because they love to be around students and they want to see them shine, grow, and be the best that they can be. I know that sounds cliche, but knowing our teachers here at Gaither, I can attest that they do a great job supporting our kids.
Francesca, the Hillsborough Teachers Union is continuing their efforts to bring attention to this issue.
That's good, Maddie. Let's hope that a solution is reached in the near future. You can count on the Wrangler to bring you updates as we learn more.
Also in news, the Gaither ROTC program competed in the Battle of the Bulls competition this past weekend at the University of South
Sophia
Florida.
McIntosh tells us more.
NJROTC units from across the state met at the University of South Florida on Saturday to compete in the 2023 Battle of the Bulls.
The competition allows cadets to challenge themselves in the areas of drill, academics, and athletics. Gaither's NJROTC program won 12 awards in total. Senior Chief Lonnie Cason explains how the unit gains this kind of success.
Because every one of them want to be a winner. That's what we teach and preach here. And the only way to be a winner is you got to be. It's the devil's in the details. So by them being very detail oriented, it's going to benefit them as a young man or young woman, and as they go out into the real world.
NJROTC also earned the title of Grand Champions in Saturday's competition. Thanks, Sophia. It seems like it takes a lot of work and effort to earn such high honors.
It sure does, Maddie. The ROTC program will continue to compete this spring in more competition. Well, that's it for this episode of The Wrangler. I'm Francesca Pro.
And I'm Maddie Martinez. See you soon, Cowboys.
Thank you.